So some of your research includes what I'm getting is self-regulation, goal setting, and things like that relating to careers. Some students are interested in like the psychology of like choosing a career, and um, based on your research interest in psychology, what is one way to kind of you know figure out what career is best for you, how to set goals, how to problem solve, how to make decisions based on psychology.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I don't know that I've ever even exactly thought about applying it in that way, but not to get too lingo-ish here, but a term that we use a lot in self-regulation is that self-regulated behavior is regulated iteratively. What that means is that I have a goal, I engage in a behavior that I think will move me toward that goal. And once I've done it, then I ask, did it really help or did it not? And if it didn't, then I cycle back through, okay, now let me try either a variation on that same behavior or a different behavior. And let's see if that gets me any closer to the goal. So we don't give up the goal. The goal doesn't change. What we do is we find ways to behave that can move us toward it. So I think, what's interesting to me, by the way, and what you said is what should be the goal? Is the goal to get a job that pays a lot of money? Is the goal to be a well-balanced human being that's knowledgeable about the world and can think critically? So I think it probably starts, as all self-regulation does, with setting a good goal. I think the general feeling is having as a goal making a lot of money is probably not a good one, because it will lead you to try things of a certain sort that may be very unsatisfying in lots of ways. So probably the first step would be sort of working out what, if another version of that goal might be to find a career path that will please my parents. Right, that's another way to frame the goal, and that would lead you then to certain behaviors that your evaluation of them would be, well, how pleasing does this seem to my parents? And I might cycle through any number of behaviors. And then the other is more just, what is it that just I feel passionate about, that I find interesting? And I think probably most of us would say, at least not thinking terribly practically, that that's the goal. And if that's the goal, then there are a certain set of behaviors that follow from that, right? You start college by taking classes. You don't commit to a major right away. And in not committing to a major, you look for opportunities to satisfy gen ed requirements in the most broad way you can. So you don't always take classes of this kind or that kind, but you look for variety. And, if you find a class that really interests you, that means you cycle through and that one worked. So you cycle back through. Now, can I find another one in that area? For example, in our discipline, introductory psychology is that class. Many students are looking for something that interests them, excites them, they have passion for. They take the introductory psych class and it's like, wow, this looks good to me. So our first advice to them is, well, then take another one, a little more specific, and see if it holds. So anyway, I think thinking about the goal in that way, framing the goal in a way that works for you. And then once you've done that, making sure you make choices that move you along toward that goal.